do this. You hang out as an Arizona. Okay, so it's live right now, but what I want to do is see if I can go to screen share. I want to go to this. I want to go to my PowerPoint tracker. How to stay positive. That's what I'm going to do. So I don't know if this is going to work. Probably not. It's probably not going to work. I'm probably still being viewed on this thing here. So let me see. Let me go back to here. So what I am attempting to do here is to go to desktop share. How do I go to desktop share? Go to desktop. That's what I wanted to do. Desktop share. How do you go to desktop share? Screen share. Okay, that's what I wanted to go to, I think. Let's see if that works. Let's see if the screen share works. I'm going to see if screen share works. Okay, is it going to work yet? I'm going to share my screen. And then I'm seeing if this will work. Do I need to turn off the camera if screen share will work? I don't know, man. It doesn't seem to be working. If I go over screen share, I don't know. Will it? Will it? Will it go? Let's take a look and see. I'm going to see if this will work. I'm going to be right back and share something. Content. All right, I'm back. I'm going to share this. Screen share. Let's go to how to stay positive right here. Let's the PowerPoint is up. Okay, good morning, everybody. So here it is. Here's the very first test of my very first webinar, and I'm going to do a explain the ABCD of success, basically here. So right now, the title of this webinar is How to Stay Positive When Bad Things Happen. Okay, guys. Things change. People change, the weather changes, technology, circumstances, the world changes. What would you do if everything changed in your life? Now, at the very end, today I'm going to talk about momentum. and how to rebound from a major setback, and how to minimize the risk of it happening again, how to stop the downward spiral momentum, and how to get out of the hole, how to rebuild and start fresh again, how to get back to a level playing field, and how to get momentum working again for you. Now, at the very end of this presentation, I will give you a simple strategy that I use every day to stay in my power to promote growth and improvement in every area of my life. You will learn a simple, easy to follow 5-step process to tap into your personal power source, stop negative momentum, change your limiting beliefs, and begin attracting abundance into your life. You will improve your health and use your body to help engage your mindset. You will improve your relationships and feel right at home in any social setting. And you will deliberately design your destiny, your desires, and your dreams. Now, who is Bob Miller? And why should you listen to me? Well, my passion is inspiring others to stay positive. I am no stranger to rebuilding a new life. I am the creator of the Incredible Breakthrough Show. It's a radio show that I put together that talks to people who are overcoming challenges and have lifted themselves up. I am the founder of the most inspirational stroke support community over the last 6 years online called Stroke Suck, but there are things you can do to improve your life. I'm the owner of the newlifeinsurance.com, which offers the new state-of-the-art type of living benefits life insurance. I am the vice president of the fastest growing living benefits life insurance company in America, Freedom Equity Group. And I am the creator of the ABCD of Success, which we'll be talking about here today. And the ABCD of Success is basically a simple, easy to follow blueprint that was developed to help someone, myself starting with, and then other people to develop, to help them define, and then deliberately discover an ideal life for themselves, their destiny, their dreams, their desires. Now, everything wasn't fine in my life until October 20, 2006, when I had 3 businesses, a landscape construction company, a flagpole installation and repair business, and I sold life insurance and life for 12 years, beginning in 1994. I was married for 33 years. I had 3 kids that were in private school. I had a dog, a couple of cats, and a parrot. Actually, I had 2 dogs. My wife was a stay-at-home mom at that point. Life was good. Then on Friday morning, October 20th, 2006, everything changed in my life. I was on the computer early in the morning. I was creating some ads for some of my businesses. And then all of a sudden, my left arm started to go numb. I thought that maybe perhaps I slept on it wrong. You know, I was getting those needles and pins kind of feelings. I was getting the loss of sensation. So then I started doing a lot of, swinging my arm around, doing these little windmills with my left arm. I'm just sort of feeling really weird. I had this kind of a strange feeling going on. So I knew that I was in trouble when I went out to the backyard, and I reached down and I picked up a baseball from an old bucket of balls I kept from because I used to coach my kids in Little League. So I reached down, I picked up a ball, and it literally fell out of my grip. I was unable to hold on to the ball. It was so weird. I just couldn't hold on to it. I knew right then that this was something really bad was happening. So I did what I thought would be the best thing to do at that point, and that was to go and take a nice warm shower. I was thought maybe that warm water working on my arm would loosen it up. I mean, I just felt weird. I didn't feel anything really crazy. I just felt like kind of strange. I started playing some music in the background. I remember it was Merlin's Magic, and I don't even know why I found that, but I found it, and that was playing in the background. It sort of had like an eerie sort of a feeling. But anyways, I went and took the shower, and I figured that at least if I did have to go to the ER, like as my mother always said, make sure you have clean underwear. She always told that, to me and my 9 brothers and sisters. But it didn't work. My arm still felt really weird. So I got up and I woke my wife up. It's probably about 5 o'clock in the morning. And I said, hey, I think I'm having a heart attack or a stroke. Now, this was the very first time that I uttered a dreadful word, stroke. And I don't even know where it came from. But I just like subconsciously thought it. So she jumped out of bed in a state of shock and confusion. and she immediately began searching for the meaning of numbness, going on the internet. And yes, they did have internet back then, but just barely. You know. After a little while, she heard me talking to my brother on the phone because I had to go do a job that day, and my voice began to start slurring a little bit. I wasn't even aware of that, but she could hear that. So then she put the the keywords in: slurred speech, numbness, and then so she knew right then that it was a stroke. So she called 911, and then to make a long story short, after I went in, they determined that an artery had blown up in the right side of my brain, causing blood to flow into my brain, and a massive stroke. Well, things got bad, and I wasn't expected to live through the night that night. But I remember that day telling my wife, telling her where the location of my life insurance policy that was only for $500,000. But I remember apologizing to her for not owning more because I should have had more. I sold life insurance, and I'm thinking, oh heck, this is bad. But it's $500,000 at least. But I should have had more. But I didn't die. But the doctors, after everything said and done, they said that stroke was so severe that if I did live, I most likely would never walk again. Now, it took months to learn how to walk again, and I became frustrated looking for answers and support online, which is pretty much non-existent at that point. So I created my own stroke support community. I bought the domain Stroke Suck, and the name of the group was Stroke Suck. It was a community, but it wasn't like a complaining site. After the word stroke suck, and I actually even wrote a book called Stroke Suck, and the tagline after was but there are things that you can do to improve your life. Stroke suck, but there are things that you can do to improve your life and to help the lives of others. But now the other shoe is about to drop. Now, it's one thing to be paralyzed and unable to use half of your body. It's another thing when your brain suffers severe damage and nothing as it seems as it once seemed before. Things are just, it's hard to explain if you never go through something like this, because it's not just that your body's not working, your mind's not working. Everything just seems weird. Your emotions are off. I would cry at the drop of a hat. I just couldn't understand things. Things were just really bad. It was tough. It's at a point like that, it's still another challenge, even when things are real bad like that. But it's when you can't work and you're unable to produce a paycheck, that's bad. It's very easy at that point to lose your self-esteem, your confidence, your self-worth, along with all of your savings. But then it gets worse. The one thing that didn't go away were the monthly bills. The things like the rent, utilities, gas, food, those kind of things. All of those bills were still there. Those things didn't go away. Yeah, the other shoe that dropped became an army of heavy boots landing firmly on my family's head. And I felt bad for my poor wife because she had to deal with all this onslaught of stuff. I was too far out of it. I remember her telling me that after a while, we were probably going to have to file bankruptcy. I had AAA credit. I had really great credit. But after a while, she seen the writing on the wall, and she was saying, we're going to have to do that. And I remember saying, no. It really hurt me to hear those words that we're going to have to go bankrupt. But she was the one getting the phone calls when we couldn't pay the bills because I couldn't work. I was like a wet noodle sitting there with my brain felt like it was scrambled eggs in a blender. So we went through all of our savings. We cashed in my 401k. Along, we had to pay the extra fees, the penalties, and the taxes. We drained all the money out of my permanent life insurance policy. We sold our coin collections, baseball cards, pretty much everything we could just to survive. Now, my marriage, I was with my wife for 33 years. It became strained, and we were forced into bankruptcy. Life really did begin to suck, and that's when I created Stroke Suck. I think it was in 2008 when I first put that up online, and but then things were so bad. I actually really wanted to die, You know, I was remember sitting in the office, sitting like where I am right now, and thinking about a way to, if I could maneuver my wheelchair out to the backyard, which would have been hard for me to do, but if I could have done it at that point, I thought about like going to the deep end of the pool and just going in, holding on to something hard, maybe putting a chain around me or something, and just going in there. I thought maybe I could go in there and just activate my life insurance policy. You know, things really continue to suck for a long time, and I was in a bad state. You know, but you know, faith is the evidence of things unseen. You know, look, if it wasn't for my faith and my family, you know, that's basically what saved me. So I couldn't take my life. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to take my life, even though I knew things were bad. But even though I was in what I called the abyss, I knew that deep inside that unless I gave up, which I didn't want to. I'm not a quitter. I never was a quitter. My strong faith in God's eternal love would see me through these challenges, and the love of my family, you know, my children, my brothers and sisters. You know, in the Bible, Jesus says to have strong faith. That means not that little wishy-washy stuff where we hope that things work out for us, but to know and believe in their whole heart that this too shall pass, regardless of how bad things might look at that moment. You know, things will get better as long as you don't give up on yourself. Now, I was broke, but I wasn't broken. I actually created this poster here. Now, being broke is temporary. Being poor is permanent. Being broke does not mean broken. Being poor is having a scarcity mindset. These words do not just apply to money. It's your attitude, your relationships, and life. You can fix being broke. Just don't be poor. So I didn't want to be poor. I was broken. I was bent physically, shattered mentally. I was a social nightmare. I couldn't get along with people. I was angry, and I was broke financially. But I did have with that strong faith thing working for me. Plus, I had my family seemed to still love me as well. Now, I sensed that the power that creates worlds never went away and will always be there. I did everything I could do to make myself stronger. I consumed books, tapes, DVDs, videos on YouTube. I began taking short walks whenever I could, when I started learning how to walk again. I began pushing myself. I began encouraging others, you know, through my website. I've always been a big follower of people like Wayne Dyer. You know, ever since 1977, his very first book, Erroneous Zones, I resurrected my Tony Robbins tapes, old books of Brian Tracy, Jim Rohn, Norman Vincent Peale, Dale Carnegie, Napoleon Hill. I found new role models as well: Brendan Burchard, Darren Hardy, Noel St. John, Louise Hay, Esther Hicks, Jerry Hicks, and many more. You know, I continue to search and look for ways to grow and improve my life. My motto at Stroke Suck, you know, is stroke suck, but there are things you can do to improve your life, but it was to give, help, and inspire. And so I expanded it. I created a Stroke Suck UK in Australia, Canada, and I even hit a caregiver community that would cater to caregivers of it. I felt so bad for, you know, people like my wife that had to deal with it. Somebody like me, a grown person, was acting like a child. You know, how do you feel if all of a sudden you were acting like a child? You had to be taken care of. You had to be fed. It was like it was horrible. It was a terrible time in my life. And then in 2010, I had another stroke, which affected my right side this time. Oh well, you know, we do have challenges. You know, shortly after that, my wife and I decided to part ways, and so I started just making inspirational posters. I started reaching out, offering support to the community, the stroke support community that I have. And there's one that's, you know, tapping into the resource, the power that I mentioned before, the power that exists. You know, it says to allow God's love to flow to you, through you, and from you. And I totally believe that. You know, appreciate all that you have and all that is possible. Align yourself with the love of the universe and all that is good. And then, in 2011, I learned of a new form of life insurance that pays you if you get sick. So if something happened, like God forbid you got sick with something like cancer, heart attack, or stroke tomorrow, and you couldn't work, would you be able to pay your bills? So the name of the company that I created when I learned this was called the New Life Insurance and I thought that was a very fitting name because it pays you money if something like that happens to you. In my case, I would have had a tax-free check of between $400,000 and $450,000 if I would have known about this, if I would have known about this type of insurance. Instead, I received zero. Now, I hate talking about bad things, but 7 out of 10 people will have a major illness before the age 65, and they will live and they won't die. The average age if something happens to somebody, seriously, is 43 years old. The average age of bankruptcy is 44. Coincidence? Not. I don't think so. The one thing that I learned while running the Stroke community is that money isn't everything, but having it when you are unable to work can literally save families and lives. It makes a huge difference when you have money as opposed to not having money as far as your stress level, anxiety, and just your working, just your day-to-day, doing the things you do on a day-to-day basis. Now, if you're currently wasting money in old-fashioned life and death insurance, find out if you can qualify. Do it before it's too late. The new life insurance is name it. Just go to newlifeinsurance.com. It's just give me a call, and I'll be happy to. And if I'm not licensed where you are in the state, I'd be happy to let you know that if what it would cost you. It's pretty much the same price as the old-fashioned stuff. So now things change, things happen, technology changes, everything changes. Life insurance has changed, so please do not get sick with the old-fashioned life insurance. Make sure you have the new life insurance. Now I am known as the positive momentum guy. I am totally into the create positive momentum in your life. That's what I believe in. Allow yourself to align, appreciate, and attract all the abundance of our Creator, God's grace, energy, and power and love to flow to you, through you, and from you. Surround yourself with positive, like-minded people. Create daily rituals designed to bring you closer to your goals and your intentions. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in just a moment here when I give you the solution. Now, as I promised you, what you're going to learn how to tap into your personal power source, how to stop the negative momentum, change your limiting beliefs, and begin attracting abundance into your life. How to improve your health and use your body to help you engage your mindset, improve your relationships, and feel right at home in any social setting, and deliberately design your destiny, your desires, and your dreams. Now, what I did, I created the ABCD of success, and I actually did this a long time ago, even before I had the stroke. And what that is basically is it's a simple, easy to follow blueprint developed to help one to define and deliberately design their ideal life, their destiny, their dreams, their desires, spirituality, mentally, emotionally, physically, socially, relationships, and financially. As you can see on the screen here, A is your mental, emotional. B, it's just like one big circle, and in the inside of the circle we have that's the eternal energy. That's God. That's love. That's the power that exists. Now, even if you don't believe in God, that's the power. That's it. But your A is your mental, emotional state. Your B is your body. A is attitude. B is body. C is your connection, your contribution. You're caring for other people. And D is your dollars. Your destiny, your dreams, your desires. So it's just an easy to remember format of how to do this. So now you tap in the very first one. Tap into your personal power source, and that's the E. That's the alpha and the omega. That's the very beginning of everything. Is you tap into this into the source of power of energy that exists. Everything that's there. Now I don't know what your beliefs are, nor am I going to ask you to adopt mine. But I will suggest, however, that you consider the possibility that a powerful force does exist based upon pure love. Now, some call it God, the universe, the Tao, Buddha, whatever that is for you. It doesn't really matter. I just believe that you can tap into this source every day. It will, whenever you need. And I go there. I visualize that ABCD circle that we had before, that we showed before. I visualize this. I can go right into this eternal energy. I picture a peaceful place where I go to every single day. and even if things get real stressful, I go there and I just it's like plugging in. It's like sticking in your phone charger into the wall, where you just tap into the power that's there. And then the first one, the A, that's where you can stop the negative momentum, change your limiting beliefs, and begin attracting abundance into your life. And that is, you are the master of your thoughts. If things are going bad, just stop what you're doing and relax. Take a nap or meditate. Don't allow the negative momentum to grow. Come from love and gratitude. Lead an ideal life of integrity, dignity, enthusiasm, abundance, and love. Now, if you're stuck, and I have certainly been there before myself, just decide that today is going to be the day that you're going to start heading in the right direction. Just picture yourself, if you're walking into a forest, or you go walk into it's a real dark place, and there's a cliff you're going to walk off at some point. You didn't know where it was, but you're going in the wrong direction. Don't keep walking. Just stop. Just stop walking. I mean, if you do nothing else, just stop. Because if you just keep continuing the same thing, walking down the same bad path, you're going to get more of the same. So just stop. Just relax and stop. I know it's a hard thing to do, but you need to do that. I mean, if you keep doing the same thing that you've always been doing and thinking, you're going to continue to get the same results. Now, in order for things to change, you must change your limiting thoughts that you have that's been holding you back. You must feed your mind with positive, empowering thoughts. You must immerse yourself in learning what the masters have been teaching throughout the centuries. No one's born with this knowledge, but now everything we need to know about growth and self-improvement is right at our fingertips. Surround yourself with people who are positive, like-minded. They're out there. Are you surrounding yourself? Are you hanging out with people who are the woe is me crowd, and they're always talking about their problems? Be solution oriented. Stop talking about the problems. The information is out there. It's in books, it's in tapes, DVDs, webinars. YouTube is an amazing source of information. Hire a coach. Take classes, continuing education courses. There's simply no reason for you to be anything but positive if you allow yourself to be aware that it's our choice whether or not we want to align, appreciate, and attract all of the abundance of our Creator's grace, energy, and love to flow to us, through us, and from us. And then to focus our minds on gratitude, love, and the possibility of improvement. What we focus on and believe in is true for us. Plus, it expands to create and attract even more of the same into our life. So find a coach, a role model, or get involved in a community of like-minded, positive people. Just decide right today that you're going to work on yourself and become better. Now, the second one is it's your B. It's how to improve your health and use your body to help gauge your mindset. This is the B of the ABCD of success. Tony Robbins, and I mentioned him before, he always talks about how we need to engage our physiology and move our bodies and adding emotion. We can literally will ourselves into peak state by doing things like incantations and asking powerful questions. Do an hour of power every day that engages both your mind and your body. If you feel sluggish or in a depressed state, get up, take a walk around, say positive statements. Incantations, affirmations, listen to loud music that you enjoy. Inspirational speeches, tapes, something to get your blood flowing through your veins. It's impossible to feel depressed when your body is engaged in doing something that you love. Now, if you were to picture a person that was depressed, if you're sitting there and say, okay, so somebody behind this curtain is depressed, how would they look to you? They would look like their head would be down, their head would be droopy, their shoulders would be droopy, their eyes would be kind of looking down. Don't be that person. If you're going to be times you might feel that way. Don't go there. Just engage your physiology. That's what Tony Robbins always. He uses little triggers like clicking his fingers or tapping on something and doing it. Get up and walk around if you can. Do push-ups. Do something to take a walk. Do something. Feed your body healthy food. Stay away from all the processed crap that causes disease, the sugars, all the breads and the fried stuff like that. Just start eating healthy, so you can change your entire body. Find a health coach or a role model in the field of health and fitness. Live a healthy life by building a better body and a better self. The third one is a C. That's our contribution, our connection, our caring, our compassion to others. You know, one of the best things we can do to improve our relationships, whether it's our home life, our personal life, our business, or just a casual social life, is to listen to others and treat them with respect. Everyone we meet has or is going through their own personal challenges in life. Look at people when they talk. Ask questions about them. Everyone loves to talk about themselves after they warm up to you. Laugh a lot, especially laugh at yourself. You know, don't take yourself so seriously. No one else does. Let go of pettiness. Join clubs, groups, community. Volunteer whenever you can. Do not talk bad about others. Period. Pass no judgments. And again, treat everyone, no matter their job or station in life, with respect. Everyone wants to be respected. Don't take that away or belittle another. This doesn't mean you not to stand up for your rights or let people walk all over you. Quite the contrary. Just treat people the way that you want to be treated and expect the same. If people are rude or ornery, just keep your distance. Stay away from them. Maybe they're having a bad day. Forgive often and don't hold any grudges. Always search for ways to help and give others without expectations. Read the book How to Win Friends and Influence Others by Dale Carnegie. And this one here, this is the one that I probably struggled with the most, you know, ever since I was on disability after the stroke. And this is your finances. Use your dollars. Deliberately design your destiny, your dreams, your desires. This is the financial part of the ABCD of success. And we must do what we have to do to survive in today's world, even if things are looking really bad. So sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do, but you know, we need to focus on what we enjoy doing. We must save more money than we spend. We must learn as much as possible about managing money. Go to seminars like Harbecker's Millionaire Mind Intensive. Surround yourself with a community of supportive, empowering people. If you're looking to grow a home-based business, you know, hang around people like in My Lead System Pro, MLSP. You know, build leverage. Do something that, you know, in case you do step out of the work market, you know, you have leverage going for you where other people are working, and you still have some money coming in. You know, Warren Buffett said there's two rules. Warren Buffett said 2 rules of investing. Number 1 rule is don't lose money. Rule number 2 is pay attention to rule number 1. Don't lose money. Learn financial strategies like creating a tax-free income and avoid the 401k trap where you put all your money into retirement 401ks and qualified funds where it's going to be taxed at a later date. Now, because right now we're $17 trillion in debt, do you think taxes are going to go up, stay the same, or down in the future? Now, if you're like most people who strongly believe that taxes must rise, would you think it would make more sense to pay your taxes now when they're low instead of later when who knows what they're going to be? And lastly, most importantly, if you are paying for life insurance, please don't make the same mistake as me and make sure that you have the new type of life insurance that pays you up to 90% of your face amount when you get sick. It doesn't cost any more than the old-fashioned stuff, so why not have it? You can talk to yours truly about the new type of life insurance with living benefits and also learn about tax-free retirement. Now here's another poster that I made. Laugh, love, and live more. Life is short. Laugh, love, and live more. Do more of what you like and less of what you don't. Allow. Appreciate and share. Allow and align, appreciate and attract all of the abundance of our Creator's power, grace, and energy to flow to you, through you, and from you. Two of our greatest gifts are to appreciate and to share. Celebrate all successes. Your success as well as the success of others. Your subconscious mind only knows that you're celebrating, so it doesn't really matter who you're celebrating for. Just celebrate. If something good happens to somebody else, celebrate it. Just get into the habit of celebrating. You know, leave a legacy. And then, how do you want to leave a legacy of love? So if you were to die today, how would you want to be remembered? You know, it's your choice. Sometimes we're the reminder of the crap. We're the reminder of all the crap in the world. Sometimes we're the light that brightens up a dark room. Sometimes we're both. Our actions beginning today will determine our legacy. Now, I promised you before I was gonna give you a couple little tips, little hints, and this is what I do. It's a little index card that I write down every single day, and I created. And this is what I write. This is really basically what I write on the card here. Is right here. I start off with on top of the card is like, who am I? And so I ask myself, who am I? And then I answer that question, and I say, well, I'm a champion. I'm a winner. I'm strong. I'm confident. I'm relaxed. I'm a leader. I lead an ideal life of integrity, dignity, enthusiasm, abundance, and joy by adding massive value to the lives of others. These are things I say to myself every single morning, and I write down this card. I write a new card down every single day. These are just little index cards that you can buy at the store. You buy these little things at the store. I get like 200 of these things for 99 for like $1. So I mean, it's such a great thing. So I just write it down. So I write pretty much the same thing, and I love using acronyms. So my acronym here was create a, and then I put in parentheses my reality. So the first one is A, and that is aware. So the first word I write down, I write a new one down every single day. I write down aware. I am aware, and I am aware that it's up to me whether I choose to allow, to align, to appreciate, and attract all of the abundance of our Creator's grace, energy, and love to flow to me, through me, and from me. And this is literally like plugging into your phone charger, plugging in it and giving you the power. So I do that every day. And when I go for my walk in the morning, I pull out my card that I just written down that day, and I read that. So and I say these words out aloud. And even if you're surrounded by people, you can still say them to yourself, just so that you're aware that's up to you whether or not you want to allow, align, appreciate, and track all of the abundance to come to you, through you, and from you. The next one is the word reality. The first letter is to raise my standards. So how am I going to raise my standards? Well, because I create daily rituals. I have respect for others, and I create rapport. So what are my rituals? This is one of the rituals. I have rituals mentally. I have rituals physically. I have rituals dealing with people. And I have rituals to help design my life, my destiny. Next one is the word E, and that's to enjoy life, to focus on fun and forgiveness, energy. Focus on fun, energy, to tap into the power, to give, help, and inspire, growth, happiness, improvement. The next one, A, have absolute belief and certainty that have absolute belief and certainty that I'm deliberately designing my destiny, my dreams, and my desires. L, to lead an ideal life, and I talked about this one before. The ideal life is, integrity, dignity, enthusiasm, abundance, love. To live, to be my best self, to build my body, to listen to others and let go of pettiness, to leave a legacy, to create leverage in life. That's so big, to create leverage in life in case something happens to you. And then I am a champion. I'm a winner. I'm strong. I'm confident. Relaxed and a leader. I lead an ideal life, and here it is again, the same thing: integrity, dignity, enthusiasm, abundance, and love, by adding massive value to the lives of others. If you do this every single day, and if you constantly immerse yourself in this, you can start, even if you don't believe it now, you will believe it. Give yourself 30 days. You will become this. So take that first step now, and then today I will give thanks for all of my blessings today. The last letter is Y. Yesterday is gone. Don't worry about it. It's gone. I will have a zest for life today. So, folks, that's it. That's the tip that I can offer you is get on an index card. Just become as positive as you can possibly be, and that pretty much ends this part of the broadcast. And I'm going to switch back over here to the webinar and see if there's any questions. If anybody has any questions here, and if not, we'll end the broadcast. But you can get a hold of me. Go to my website. It's actually being rebuilt right now. Just go to BobMillerSuccess.com. My name, BobMillerSuccess.com. Right now, it'll take you to my Facebook page. Go there and give me a like if you would, and people can always find me on Facebook as well, with Bob Miller San Diego. But go to Bob Miller Success, And I want to thank everybody for coming here today. I really appreciate your time, and I really appreciate you listening to what I had to say about the ABCD of success. And I wish you all have a great day, a great month, and a great life filled with positive momentum. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.